namely, you do not premeditate and decide to do 95% of what you do. You just do it. Most of your thoughts, they're just there. Most of your feelings, they're just there. And most of your actions, they're just there. And a tiny handful you think about before you do them. Otherwise, you'd go crazy, right? I mean, at every moment, like I'm going to open the door. Should I open the door with my left hand or my right hand? I'm going to pray about this, discern the will of God, something about right and left in the Bible. Sit as the right hand, that's probably the best one to use. You'd go crazy. You couldn't live your life that way. And that is, I would argue, I'm just guessing, 95% of your life. So this afternoon, you're probably going to make decisions about, what, half a dozen things that you're going to do? I watch a ball game, might take a nap, and you think them through. Think pros and cons, and you do them. The rest of your life, and you're going to make hundreds and hundreds of actions between now and the time you go to bed tonight. They're just going to flow out of you, like Jesus said. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, and you will give an account for every idle word. And you didn't plan 95% of them. Now, what's the implication of that? Most of my gestures, most of my facial expressions, most of my attitudes towards another person, most of the words coming out of my mouth, most of the things that I'm doing in the day, I'm not even thinking about it, I'm just doing. What is the implication of that for proving what is the will of God in those? And if you think, oh, but God doesn't have any will for things that we do spontaneously. He only has a will for things that we do decisively. And I said, that's ridiculous. God says, don't be proud. God says, don't be angry. God says, don't rejoice. Do rejoice. Sorry. Well, none of those. God, don't be anxious. Well, are you going to go out this afternoon and say, now here's an occasion where I could be anxious or not? Here's a couple of reasons why I shouldn't be. Here's a couple of reasons why I should be. I think I won't be anxious. Or I think I'll be anxious here. You just are anxious, and you shouldn't be. Do you see the implication of that? The implication is we are told to do things all over the Bible that we would just do or don't do spontaneously. So what's the implication? The implication is verse 2. Don't be conformed, be renewed in your mind. You got to be a new person. You can't just make new decisions. Because 95% of what you're doing spontaneously. And if you're not a new person, then out of the mouth, the heart speaks wrong stuff.